Our next inductee is a baseball player, Steve Bissett. And ready to talk about Steve is his coach, a member of the College of San Mateo Athletic Hall of Fame, one of the outstanding community college coaches in the history of California, Mr. John Nochi.
Okay, 3 minutes? No. Let me hold this thing. Gary, tell Debbie, let me hold the mic, huh?
That's because she wants to stand close to you, John.
Oh, okay. In this day and age, I don't know if that's proper. But anyway. Steve Bissett was a member of the College of San Mateo baseball team in 1771. He was the best player in the Golden Gate Conference for 2 years. His confidence, his attitude was contagious with our team, and I think it was very, very, that was, I must be in church now. His attitude and competitiveness had to be instrumental in our success. And it was very contagious with other members of our team. Steve went on and became a professional. Maybe one of the reasons that he was so good of a player here is because in 1970 and 71, we were fortunate enough to have John Miller as our game announcer. He would come down with Bud Foster, and I don't know if there's many people in this room who remember Bud Foster or not, but he was an old Oaks announcer. And they came down with a chair and a card table, and they would do our games. And I just thought about this tonight, that maybe Steve played so well because he thought this game was going being broadcast nationally. But Steve is definitely a worthy induction, worthy member into the College of San Mateo Hall of Fame.
Thanks, John. Steve, you were a pretty high-profile high school baseball player. Then you came to the CSM campus, and Coach Nochi had a pretty tough program. What was it like for you making the transition from playing high school ball to playing college ball with John as your coach?
The very beginning, when Coach has the Christmas week, we're off, but not with John. We had to be up there at 5 in the morning. And we did, I don't know, it was 2 or 3 hours. You'd run, just do everything. You listen to his stories. And I understand why he did it now, because he wanted to see who really wanted to play. Because we had guys that didn't want to show up. They said, hey, I'm off. So they didn't play. But he was so special. We had a couple of guys on our team, I won't let this go too long, that didn't like to cut their hair. And with John, it had to be short, real short. So anybody that can get Dave Finucci and Skip Conley to cut their hair, got to be a great coach.
Steve, was there a particular time at bat or a particular game or defensive play that really stands out in your memory that's kind of a punctuation point on your career?
I don't think there was one, but we had our big arch rivals was Foothill. And they had a guy, a pitcher, pretty good, Rudy Arroyo. And luckily, he was a left-hander, I was a switch hitter, so I got to bat right-handed against him. And I hit better against him than I did anybody in the league. just like Pete Jensen against Spezio. But you guys don't know who that is, but that's okay. But anyway, that was my, I couldn't wait to play Foothill because I could get 2 or 3 hits every game. It was great.
Steve, when you left CSM, what was your path? What was your pathway there then? And what was it like playing baseball as a pro?
I was lucky enough to be drafted by the Phillies, and so I signed with the Phillies, played in the minor leagues. And when I got to spring training, the stuff that they were teaching was like my first year at CSM, and none of these guys knew it. I mean, the guys on our team, I couldn't believe it. It was like, I don't know where they went to school, but I was blessed with such a great coach as John Nochi, so it was awesome.
Steve, as you could tell from the photos that have been up on the screen, Steve doesn't live around here anymore. And I thank you very much for traveling down from Idaho for the Hall of Fame. Congratulations in your induction into the CSM Athletic Hall of Fame. Yes.
I thought I was going to get another question, so I want to say something. This is about, because he originally asked me, was there a special play or this that happened when I was here? And yeah, when I was a freshman and trying to, there was 2 of us going for shortstop, me and Skip Osborne. And so we're playing a practice game, and each guy had his own helmet with his name on the back. So during the game, our center fielder, Steve Lucchese, gets up, strikes out, fires the helmet down, and cracks it. Well, it was mine. So after practice, or after that game, we go inside, everybody's in the locker room, and Coach Nochi brings me to the weight room to have a little talk. And he says, he looks at me right in the eyes like he always does, and he goes, maybe I don't have the right guy at shortstop. Maybe the other guy should be starting shortstop. I didn't say a word about Lucchese doing it. And he says, you know, these things cost money, these helmets, and he goes through the whole thing. I don't say a word. And I told them this story about 8 years ago, finally. And, but what I got out of it when he was talking to me, even though I wanted to say it wasn't my fault, is that what I heard was, I was the starting shortstop. And I loved it. I love you, John. Thank you. Oh. One other thing with Coach Nochi, I've met some good people that were on our team, and some of us have stayed together. And Coach Nochi invites me, Pete Jensen, Dave Finucci. Every year we go down, we play golf wherever he happens to be living at the time. And then John invites us back to his house, and he cooks. What a great cook. But anyway, and I thank you again, John. I love you, buddy. Thank you.
Steve Bissett.